Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, Therapeutics just filed an 8K that gives us a look into their cash situation and upcoming plans, and I'm seeing a key update on their runway that matters. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is signaling that they have enough money to keep the lights on into the middle of next year. But there are some important details to unpack. This is what is called a Form 8, which is a major news announcement from a public company. Therapeutics Incorporated is essentially letting the public know about something important that happened. The key date here is the 16th of July 2026. That is when the earliest event reported in this filing actually took place. This is all about Therapeutics Incorporated, a company in the biotech space that you might have seen trading under the ticker symbol GANX. They are incorporated in Delaware. The company's main trading security is its common stock. It is registered on the NASDAQ stock market. Therapeutics Incorporated is also highlighting that it is an emerging growth company. This means they get to follow some slightly different rules than older, more established companies, especially when it comes to financial reporting. They have elected not to use the extended transition period for adopting new or revised accounting standards. This suggests they want to get on the newer accounting rules sooner rather than later. The main point of this filing is under item 8.01, which covers other events. This is where Therapeutics Incorporated is telling us what is new. Here is the big news. On the 16th of July 2026, Therapeutics Incorporated put out a press release and a letter to its shareholders. The most critical piece of information is that they expect their existing cash and cash equivalents to last them through the second quarter of 2027. This is based on their current plans. They expect to wrap up a Phase 1b clinical study in October of this year, 2026, and kick off a Phase 2 study in the third quarter of 2026. This cash runway is incredibly important for any biotech company, as developing new drugs takes a lot of time and money. Now, like most public companies, they include a standard cautionary note regarding forward-looking statements. This is essentially a legal disclaimer. They are telling investors that statements about the future, like their cash runway or plans for clinical trials, are not guarantees. They use words like believes, expects, and anticipates. They are saying that actual results could be different from what they expect. They point to their previous filings like their 2025 Form 10K for more details on the risks they face. Importantly, they are not promising to update these statements if things change. This is pretty standard language to protect themselves legally. And here is the signature showing that Gene Mack, the Chief Executive Officer, has signed off on this report on behalf of Therapeutics Incorporated. Looking at the broader context, Therapeutics Incorporated has a market cap of about $73 million and trades around $1.71. They have a relatively small team of 20 employees. Recent news shows they are active, with insider trading activity and options being awarded, and their stock has seen some movement, rallying 22% in late June. Institutional investors like Marshall Wace and Potomac Capital Management hold significant stakes, showing they have some backing from larger funds. What this filing boils down to is the company's ability to keep operating until they can potentially generate more revenue or secure more funding. A cash runway into the second quarter of 2027 is a decent amount of time for a biotech company, especially one that is still in the clinical trial phase. The initiation of a Phase 2 study is a positive step, as it means they are progressing their drug development pipeline. However, the inherent risks in clinical trials mean this runway could be impacted by unforeseen delays or setbacks. The risk I am watching is the success of these upcoming clinical trials and the ability to fund them beyond 2027 if needed. What I'm actually looking for is continued progress in their research and development, which could lead to further funding rounds. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded, like, comment, subscribe, and join our Discord linked in the description.